I'm also from the Rio Grande Valley, where I was born and raised. I'm here to testify against SB 4, which would create a 10-year mandatory minimum. As we know, the bill wouldn't cut at the roots of smuggling and will ultimately cost more in human life and dignity than improve public safety. First, this bill is far too broad and does not have protections for everyday Texans and residents. Too many people could be ensnared in the breath of the law. Here are some examples. A preacher picking up local folks for their church service, some of whom happen to be undocumented. A person carpooling with an undocumented friend to college. An Uber driver picking up an undocumented person they don't know is undocumented. A bus driver driving undocumented folks in the community to a grocery store or to a church. A family member driving an undocumented cousin to their work shift. An aunt, uncle, niece, or nephew driving an undocumented family member to a routine medical checkup could still receive 5 years in prison. Legislation this life-changing must have protections to prevent the prosecution and 10-year mandatory criminalizing of everyday life in our state of Texas. Y'all might not like that, there are undocumented folks living in our communities, but that's just how it is. There are tens of thousands, there are millions of folks out there. This bill does nothing to curb the drivers and reasons for human smuggling in the first place. There has been no legal pathway or real meaningful right way for the millions of asylum seekers who have come to our border. That's why people are crossing, because they go to the bridge and they're told to go and wait, to be tortured, to be kidnapped, to be killed. They cannot actually cross the bridge. CBP only is able to process about a couple hundred people across the entire border every day. That's what they process. Not that they're able to. That's the numbers that they process. And so that's why people are actually crossing the river. They're not doing it just because they want to break the law. They're doing it because they're forced to. Finally, this bill carries extraordinarily harsh punishments that far and away exceed federal sentencing guidelines for the same offense.